One day I'm gonna be everything I wanna be. I don't let it get the most of me. One day I'm gonna be free. I wanna be everything I'm gonna be. My future right in front of me. One day I'm gonna be free. I wanna be free.
From the depths of darkness, a voice emerges. A host with a fire burning in his soul. With a heart, steel, and a spirit unbroken. He rides on two wheels, ready to claim his throne. Amidst the chaos and the thunderous roar, insane wheels rise as a force to be reckoned with. Fueled by the power that only metal can bestow. He takes his step, refusing to submit. Insane wheels hear his battle cry. Metal and mayhem will never die. Whistles report and pace his way. Oh, legend in the making, day by day.
Well. Monday morning, everybody. Much love, honor, and respect, everybody. Hopefully you all are having a wonderful morning. I know I am. I had a really good night last night. We're going to get into that here in a minute. But before we get into like all of that, we have a lot of what's going on around the world right now. It's believe it or not, sorry, just, cracking the voice. The truth is we have some shit going on here with weather. Weather is like, we're dealing with serious winter, cold, freezes, man. Some serious storms that is fucked up right now. But we're going to get into a little bit of projecting what's going to be happening in the next week, as well as what's currently happening. We have a deadly Israeli bus shooting that happened in Gaza at the West Bank. So we're going to go ahead and talk about that as well. But before we do, we always have our little things that we're going to go through. Make sure you guys hit that like button. It's number one metric for all of YouTube. Helps out the show immensely, and it's free to do so. If you guys are brand new, hit that subscribe button. It is also free to hit that shit. Please consider becoming a member, by the way, starting only at $2.99 a month, man. Helps out the show immensely. And listen, man, every Saturday morning, 10 a.m. CST, we get crazy over there, man. Last members only live stream was a fucking good one. We get to go quite a bit uncensored over there. You know what I mean? So check us out over there, as well as, follow my Instagram right here at BallValve TV, where I post everything behind the scenes of not only my lifestyle of the show, as well as Millennial Food Time and some, we always get crazy over there on Instagram. But this is where I direct message pretty much everyone. If you guys are interested in Discord as well, it's in the link in the description down below. So hit the link down there. I'm starting to get more active on there. Yes, and last but not least, of course, everything's going to be shouted out. Super chats, super stickers, everything, right? Gifted membership signups. But if you guys would like to help out the show, this right here helps out because it skips a brutal 30% cut from YouTube. So this helps out immensely. So, of course, I will be shouting your guys' messages and donations that come through. So I'll allow that for the remainder of the show. Anyways, much love, honor, respect to all of you legends up in here. We got Allegedly. Good to see you. Good morning. Hopefully you guys are all enjoying your guys' Monday morning so far. Evil Rick, good to see you, man. Mount High, always good to see you too, man. Like button and left-handed tobacco all around. Absolutely. See, for me, I partied a little hard last night, so I got me a cup of water. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We got a good-ass time last night. We got Straight Jacket. Good to see you, man. Always good to see you. Tiffany, appreciate you, as well as Brother Shadow. Shit, Brother Steve, Barbie. Thank you, guys. Here he comes in. That's right. Coming in hot over here. Morning. Heartbender, good to see you, man. It actually got cold in Arizona finally. I'm sure it did. We're going to be talking about that shit. And I like how you said that 50 degrees. Yeah. We're going to be getting some cooling over here in the United States. That's for damn sure. We got some lip service first. Sorry about the Canadian news update. So what is going on with Trado? what's happening with your prime minister right now? Because it sounds like that he may even be not in, he may resign today. So I don't know what the news is over there. But we got brother Steve Easy in the building saying, boom, a year, dude. That is awesome right there, brother Steve. The first person to hit 1 year in the members, you know what I mean? So very much appreciate you. That's a humongous W right there. Humongous. So thank you for that. As well as Heartbender coming in with the $5 super with the dick emoji or whatever. Making it. He's making it happen. I guess we don't have a dick emoji. I guess the what's that, eggplant? You could have sent that in. And Barbie also sent in for her 4th month saying just announced resignation. That's fucking humongous right there. Wow. A lot of shit has changed since Trump got elected. A lot of shit around the fucking world has changed. Brother Papa Penguin, good to see you, my man. Good morning to you, kind sir. Hopefully you're having a wonderful one. We got Beezer down there in South Florida. Good to see you, my man. Hopefully you're having a good one. We got brother Hank as well. All hail, bro. It's Donald Trump. Yeah, that's right. Huggy, good to see you, man. Hopefully you're having a wonderful morning as well. Shit. We're getting down with our bad selves. Pablo saying colder than a well digger's ass in Texas right now. Yeah, I'm sure it's pretty damn fucking cold in Texas. I saw I think it's like 22 degrees where Straight Jacket's at right now. I saw him posted up on his Instagram. So real quick, I wanted to show you guys something interesting that I did last night. Okay. Something that I enjoy shit like this. Okay. Not everyone does, but I do. So let's go ahead and show you guys real quick before we get into the whole story and everything of what's happening around the world. Let's go ahead and pop this up real quick. Okay, so let me pause this real quick because I see this coming in real hot real quick. So let me go ahead and shout this out. Papa Penguin also hit right there a fucking year. We have 2 people in here that have fucking a year badge now. 1 fucking year. Wow, dude. I cannot thank you enough for that, Papa Penguin, as well as brother Beezer gifting out a membership to one of you guys. Yes, sir. Looks like Captain got it. That's cool. That's cool. At least, they're dispersing them. That's what I care about. What's up, brother Glare? Good to see you as well, man. We're about to get into this crazy shit. Okay, so real quick, let me go ahead and bring this back over. So this was an interesting little post that I made yesterday. Basically, the Republicans asked, can we at least deport all the rapists and pedophiles or grapists? How about that for YouTube? 158 Democrats said no. I mean, it still passed. The whole thing passed because Republicans went 215 versus 158 that said no. Every Republican voted yes. There was 51 Democrats that voted yes and 158 that did not. So that really is you guys on the left showing your fucking asses, by the way. Anyways, so went out to eat yesterday, right? We had a great, fantastic time. We were out with the family, had a great, wonderful time. And then I get back.
People of this country and we're under attack. They banning us, they cancel us for speaking the facts. If you man enough, come stand with us, take USA back. And every time we pull up, all you're gonna see is American flags. American flags. American flags. And every time we pull up, all you're gonna see is American flags. I ain't never gonna pretend that I give a damn. Anybody who's offended, come get it, we throwing hands. Anybody not trying to make America great again, you a punk, you a clown, better know where I stand. I'm a white boy with the middle fingers in the air, dog. We don't give a what. 100 white boys gonna hold me down anywhere, dog. We think that you suck.
Look how far away he is.
Craziest, they ain't afraid of breaking fists on faces. If you really want to taste of this, no safety tip. The same mistake and spray the clip. I pray you miss, cause if you don't, they gon' go wacko. Automatic gun smoke like tobacco. Never hit a lady, but it's pretty hard to tell if you're a girl or a they, them, there's these, that, those. I ain't never gonna take a knee for the anthem. Smack them. I don't give a damn, can't stand them. Gang full of randoms. Fan with.
Yes, sir. All right. So I just wanted to show you guys a really badass 1980s fucking Humvee, man. That's still, all those things are, they're indestructible damn near, but those things are fucking cool. And I've never got to sit in one like that, and let alone sit in one and then go take a ride. We went off-roading in that thing. That thing is incredible. The handling on that thing is insane. Anyways, back to this. Real cool to be able to have that experience, though. My buddy Josh down the street, my neighbor actually, he brought me to his friend's house who had that. So it was super, super cool and kind of his buddy to take us out. And in the middle of it raining too, you know what I mean? It was raining. You guys saw in the video. So anyways, let's go ahead and get into the craziness of what's happening. I believe we're going to go ahead and start with the deadly Israeli bus shooting, and then we're going to go ahead and move on from there.
Good morning, and thank you so much for waking up with us here on Live Now from Fox. I'm Jeanne Francine here with you on this Monday morning. It is January 6th, and we have a lot of breaking news headlines to share with you right here in the U.S. We know many people are waking up dealing with severe winter weather. We also have some updates as it relates to the late president.
What's up, brother Todd?
Jimmy Carter. But before we get into those news headlines, we do want to take you out right now.
Holy shit. We got Pablo in the chat saying he turned 68 years old yesterday. That's a fucking W, by the way. Happy birthday to you. That's awesome.
Occupied West Bank. This is a
What's
look
up, Stephanie?
From earlier
Yes, bye-bye
this
to Trado.
Monday morning as we are following breaking news coming from the Associated Press. Take a good look at your screen as the
Hey, listen, Martin, I get that.
Associated Press is reporting early this Monday that gunmen opened fire on a bus carrying Israelis in the occupied West Bank, killing at least 3 people and wounding 7 others.
7 others? Oh shit. I knew that 3 got, deleted. But I didn't know that 7 others also got shot. That's terrible. Yeah, and this was in West Bank, Palestine.
Surged in the territory since Hamas's October 7th attack out of Gaza. We know that did ignite the ongoing war there. The attack occurred in the Palestinian village in that area on one of the main east-west roads crossing the territory. We know that Israel's rescue service said 2 women in their 60s and a man in his 40s were killed, and the military going on to say it is looking for the attackers. Palestinians have carried out scores of shootings, stabbings, and even car ramming attacks against Israelis in recent years. Israel launching near nightly military raids across the territory that frequently trigger gun battle with militants. There's also been a sharp rise in attacks on Palestinians by Israeli soldiers, leading the United States to impose sanctions on this event.
Shit, real quick. Shit. Brother Hardwire is sending in 5, by the way. I'm sorry, I just saw it right now. Hardwire sends in 5 saying, Happy New Year's all. Hope is revived with changes around the world and Trump soon to take office. That's facts. God bless all. Insane Wheels Network family is the best on earth. Much love, honor, and respect. Man, thank you for that. Shit, man. Thank you very, very much for that, kind sir. And I'm sorry that I missed your show yesterday, Hardwire. Unfortunately, I was out and about the entire fucking day. I was home maybe at like 10 o'clock last night. So I was out all day.
Health ministry saying at least 838 Palestinians have been killed by Israeli fire.
Yeah, I know who that is, Pablo.
Since the start of the war in Gaza. Most appear to have been militants killed in battles with Israeli troops, but the dead also include participants in violent protests and even civilian bystanders. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu vowing to, quote, reach the despicable murderers, end quote, behind this Monday attack and, quote, settle accounts with them and with everyone who assisted them. He goes on to say no one will be spared, end quote. Again, if you're just now tuning into Live Now from Fox, 6 o'clock here.
Motherfucker said everybody can get the smoke.
Here on the East Coast, good morning to you. We are following this breaking news coming from the Associated Press.
Who did he debate last night? I must have missed that. Obviously, I was out all day. Who did he debate against?
Learning that gunmen opened fire on a bus carrying Israelis in the occupied West Bank this Monday, killing at least 3 people and wounding 7 others. We know this morning that the European Commission, they are expected to hold their first briefing of 2025, where we are expected to hear comments on all things international conflicts. We also know, slated for 8:30 this morning on the East Coast, that the Israeli Prime Minister's office will hold that daily Israeli government briefing, where we are expected to get updates on the
That's right. Brother Beezer is putting a halt to the damn show right now. Hey, make sure you guys hit that like button. Come on, man. Appreciate you guys very much. It helps out the show immensely, and it's free. Thank you guys.
conflict in the Middle East. So a lot we are following on this Monday. The time now 6:01 here on the East Coast, and I do want to transition to another headline. Many of you all,
Kansas City got fucked up or what?
Are following as relates to winter weather. A few live looks. We are getting into our live now from Fox Studio on this Monday. This one taking us out to the nation's capital, and you can see a blanket of snow there right in front of the White House.
Yep. Still just got to be involved in the news somehow. But we're over that aspect right now. That was that quick of a report. I think it was only like 3 minutes long.
House as we continue to
4 minutes.
follow winter weather and severe weather. I also want to give you a live look here, which takes us to the U.S. Capitol, so you can just get another view of the winter weather that those at the nation's capital are dealing with. As we further our coverage this morning, let's check in with our content partners over at Fox 5 DC.
Man, it's going to get cold for people, man. Make sure you guys stay warm out there. As well as, shit, man, bundle up. Prepare yourselves just in case if the grid goes out, shit like that. Make sure you guys can keep yourself warm. Seriously. Let me skip ahead a little bit. What's going on here? Oh, they're showing all of the
morning,
everywhere.
Happy to have you with us as we begin the 6 o'clock hour.
Here we go.
Live pictures all across D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. Already up to 4 inches of snow in some places overnight. It's just now 6 a.m. It's going to keep falling for several more hours. Could get up to 10 inches in the immediate D.C. area.
Now, most area schools are closed today, all of them scrolling at the bottom of your screen. D.C. federal offices are also closed today, and many local government offices closed as well. You can find all of those closures on Fox 5 DC.
Let me know if you guys give me, you guys don't have to tell me exactly where you guys are at. Like maybe a state, or major city you're kind of close to maybe, so I can kind of get an idea in the chat. What temperature is it for you guys right now? And is it raining or is it snowing? Are you guys just dealing with really cold weather right now? You guys got to let me know in the chat. I'm very interested.
DC.com and on your Fox local app.
All right, and of course, we've got team coverage for you all across the D.C. region this morning. Melanie's tracking the conditions up in Maryland, and Maureen is in Northern Virginia, and Stephanie Ramirez is in the nation's capital.
We are fanned out across the area. Annie Mae is keeping an eye.
What, the live stream started over? That's lame.
On the road conditions all over the DMV. But first, let's get to Tucker for the latest on the totals and how long this snow will last.
Are we excited?
Yeah, we are.
This is a Fox 5 snow day.
I mean, we wait.
Oh, you're dealing with rain right now. Right now, I'm dealing with quite a bit of here in Coleman, Alabama. We're dealing with a bit of wind gusts right now. It's pretty, it's blowing out there, but it's not raining. It's cloudy, not raining. And let me check the temperature as well, because if I'm going to ask you guys a question, I should be able to answer that question for me as well. I'm not obtuse that way. All right, it's 30 degrees currently right now at 10:17 in the morning.
For these kind of snow days, right? And the best part is it's just plain snow out there. We're not dealing with any freezing rain, no sleet, just plain snow out there. Let's hop in. Heavy snow. It's been reported here at Reagan National last couple hours. It continues out there. I think the worst of our
fucking 5 degrees, bro.
Will be the next, let's call it 3 or 4 hours, and then things will start to taper off a little bit.
Washington 41 in light rain.
The whole setup of what to expect later this afternoon, hour by hour, coming up. But
damn, Pennsylvania is fucking getting hammered as well. Pennsylvania is 20, snowing, couple of inches. Kids got school off today, but we're still walking around in shorts. Yeah, Martin, that's how I am. Anytime that it's cold, man, dude, I have yet to wear pants since I've been like amputated. Like I have a couple of times wore pants for like photo, ops and stuff like that while I'm on the red way or red carpet or whatever. I've done shit like that, but even then I cuffed it up so that I wasn't covering my leg. Ironic. But anyways, yeah, that's fucking cold.
We'll set the scene for you.
I don't wear
snow being reported,
pants either.
28 degrees at Reagan National. Here's your radar. Snow moving in a little after midnight. And again, some pretty impressive
25.
snow out there early this morning, especially just south of us. We've got a really impressive snow band.
Oh my fucking God. Here comes Beezer down there in South Florida. Man, he says, F that winter stuff. 73 degrees right now. Hey, big W to you. You're the only person that in here that's probably got temperatures like that right now. That's a big W to Beezer right there. You like how I've just got cat hair all the fuck over me, dude. It's like on my hands. It's stuck to my fucking hands. It's flying in the... Dude, it's what happens when you get yourself a cat. But I did save her. Anyways, back to this.
Between about DC and Fredericksburg, that's dropping snow rates at about 2 inches an hour. And it
What's
will
up, Blair?
continue
Yeah,
for
in the
several
shade.
more hours. All right, more on our warnings and how much snow we've gotten. I got Taylor. Taylor, what's up?
All right, thanks, Tucker. So, yes, we still have that winter storm warning that
Hardwire coming in hot with the gifted 5 for you guys, man. Let me make sure it went out to you guys. Oh, it fucking did. It did, Hardwire. It dispersed them. Thank you so much for that, kind sir. That's a W. Thank you very much for that very selfless, you're contributing and helping out not only me, but you're actually helping out, people in the chat as well in the Breakfast Club, man. I can't thank you enough for that.
that's ongoing through early tomorrow morning. Again, we're dealing with the worst of it right now, but we're still going to have snow showers ongoing through the rest.
What? Beautiful here in Alberta, Canada. 30 degrees today, 40 degrees tomorrow. Bruh, ain't that a bitch when you've got the more northern parts that are fucking, like, I'm talking northern in this aspect of, like, Canada. And they're warmer than me right now. The fuck is going on here? Like, that shit's crazy, and I'm down here in the south, for real. Look at this fucking cat here. Jesus Christ. Anyways, yeah, that's fucking crazy that you guys up there have better weather than we do in the States. That shit's crazy.
Rest of today and a second burst of energy by this evening. So that's a winter storm warning right there. If we progress it forward, here's how things are shaping up in terms of snow reports so far. Again, we're just getting these in, upwards of 4 inches being reported in Stafford and Arlington. We're looking at 3.5 right now in Fairfax, St. Mary's, Maryland at 2.5, and then Columbia at just over 2. So we're going to continue to update these. They're going to be coming in very fast, just like the snow rates coming down at upwards of 1 inch an hour in some spots. So we'll have much more coming up. But of course, stay off the roads at all costs early this morning. For the check on the roads right now, we're going to send things over to Annie Mae.
Yeah, exactly, Taylor. And we've been talking about it for the majority of the morning. If you don't have to do so, definitely don't leave the house this morning. But if you do, this is what it looks like throughout the DMV. You don't see this super often, just really yellow kind of everywhere you're headed this morning. GW Parkway, north and southbound, you could definitely see the snow coming down.
By the way, Joseph coming in hot saying, good morning, Mr. Ball, Breakfast Crew, Biker News Canada, and can't forget the haters. Stop the cat.
Stop the cat.
Hey, my man, good to see you as well. His brother, Mr. Good to see you as well, saying a major snowstorm runs through DC on day of certification. Yeah, that sucks, bro. Yeah.
Traffic camera. Just note in the Arlington, kind of McLean area, that is going to be closed for you in both directions.
Wow, negative 30.
Between the Beltway and Spout Run Parkway, use Clara Barton Parkway as an alternate, or of course, you can always just stay home. But enjoy the snow. Back to you guys.
All right, anyway, thank you so very much. All right, let's begin our trip around the Beltway.
Yeah, let's do it. We have our Melanie Olick. She is live in Maryland, in Bethesda, in fact, right around. What are you seeing where you are, Mel?
So we're seeing a lot of activity on the side.
She's actively driving. Look at the fucking setup she has behind her, where, I'm sure there's employees back there that are fucking, working on some shit, whatever. But that's crazy. That's a crazy van they got or whatever.
Lots of folks trying to get those cleared. And then on the side roads, not great. A couple of cars, we just passed one that was stuck. And I think that may happen to many, many more people if they try to get out this morning. They don't have a lot of clearance on their vehicle because it is definitely, you're seeing some parts have been cleared and then it's kind of bumpy.
Man, her audio is fucked. I'm going to go ahead and skip past that.
2,000 miles of road pre-treated already before the storm, and that has helped a
DC.
little bit. Although, as we were driving in this morning, 495 was an absolute mess. You couldn't see any of the lines.
It says DC region sees first major snowstorm in years.
On the road,
Absolutely.
And then of course the secondary road here on Route 7, really also impassable in some places. Caravans of plows have been coming through in droves, but as I said, as soon as they clear it, it seems to be that nothing's happened because the snow is just coming down so rapidly. A couple of inches already accumulating here. You see the guy doing his work here. Lots of folks have been out on the road already. Sometimes it's a lull. Sometimes you don't see many cars, and you see just droves of cars. I suppose people are out.
Well, I'm sure over there in Canada, it's all the fucking time you got to deal with that shit. All the time. You just know we're just going to get fucked with snow all the time. Just assume always you're going to get fucked with snow
who have to go to work.
We're not used to this shit.
If you don't need to be out on the roadways, please don't, because the roadways are not that passable in some places. And when they are, you can't be too certain that there aren't slick spots and that there isn't danger there. So please be careful.
Brother
Crews
Hank.
are being reminded by VDOT that they'll be working on the primary roads and the secondary roads and then getting to the neighborhood roads at some point. But they're saying that this is going to take multiple days. So don't expect to see a plow coming.
That means you did it right, Pablo.
In the near future. That's going to take some time. We'll continue to monitor the situation here in Northern Virginia, head on towards the Leesburg area to see what conditions are like there. But again, this is pretty much the scene here that we've been seeing all morning long. Crews doing their work, but give them time and space to do what they need.
What's up, brother Ron? Hopefully you're having a good one. I know this is going to be a little bit wild to you guys over there in Australia, you know, because you guys don't deal with this to this level, I don't believe at all, right? You guys, I don't think Australia ever in their winter, which is our summer, I don't think you guys get snow at all, do you? Or maybe in the mountains, if you guys have mountains. I don't even know.
To do so that you
good to see you, man.
Can be safe when you're eventually able to get out on the roads. That's the very latest from here, and I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
All right, Martin, thank you very much. Yeah, it's going to be a challenge to stay on top of it. It's one of these storms where it's not just a couple inches and it's going to...
I just don't understand, like, I mean, when you're, like, in cases like this, I don't need to go anywhere. You know what I mean? Like, the truth is if we get even just a little bit of snow here in Coleman, Alabama, which we may actually see some, today, tomorrow, or something like that, a very small amount. But even if it's an inch, everything shuts down. Everything shuts down. I'm talking schools. I'm talking like businesses, everything, driving, like all that shit, unless you're driving with a 4x4 or whatever. And even then, it's just like, why do you have to go out at that time? Like, I don't need to leave this house. Theoretically, I could probably be here for a month straight and not leave my home and be totally fine. Totally fine. So why just wait it out? Why you got to get out there and start sliding around and fucking risk hurting yourself, other people, as well as dealing with the fucking elements like that? That sucks, man. And then damaging your shit. Fuck that.
To stop. We're going to have this throughout much of the day today, and to stay on top of all the snow conditions. If you can't have Tucker next to you like we do, put him in your pocket. You can download the new Fox Local app. If you haven't downloaded it yet, scan the QR code and you'll be able to get that on your smartphone, and you can literally take the weather with you, which
oh my God,
like today,
straight jacket.
You definitely need.
Yeah, you want that hour by hour coverage for sure.
What's up, brother Dwayne? Good to see you, my man.
And as we said off the top, it is a Fox 5 snow day.
Brother GEG.
We want all of your pictures and videos too as well. I know several of us
right.
have already posted, so make sure you use that hashtag as we look across the region.
I got some great ones. I will show some pictures here shortly.
Makes
Tucker
sense.
Fox
Makes
5
sense.
and send it to everybody. It's kind of a celebration because anytime it's just a snow day, and I know most of the region's closed, we mostly get to play, which is great, right?
Yeah, that's the good part.
Which is exciting. Okay, let's hop in and do a little bit of weather together. The snow's coming down, especially parts of the area here, looking at some heavy snow as we speak. 28 in Washington, 26 Dallas.
You think those guys are bad over there driving? You should see how people drive here where I live. Unfucking real. Sometimes I'm like, how are you still alive after just nonstop idiot moves like pulling out in front of me while I'm doing 50 or 60, whatever, and you pull out in front of me and you're going 10, 15 miles per hour. And there was no one behind me. Why not just fucking wait 2 seconds for me to pass and then pull out? That kind of shit happens all day long out here. Drives me insane, actually.
Just quickly, it's not going to get above freezing. Nothing's melting today.
That's right, Barbie.
And there's your radar. The darker
we got
the
one
color
too
near your house, the heavier the snow. And I really want to emphasize there's been a really strong banding feature here that's set up just south of Washington, between about Washington and Fredericksburg. And we've had reports of
that's very
snow
true,
in some
Hook Dog.
cases more than 1 to 2 inches an hour. That's really coming down. So it
Fuck
will
that, Joseph.
continue to fall heavy at times here through about 9, 10 o'clock this morning. If you look
What's up, Are We Not Men? Hopefully you're having a good morning.
There's not a whole lot going on. That'll be our midday.
Not too cold
forecast. In fact, there'll be a period of time here midday where the snow is very light or no snow at all, just kind of overcast. And then if you look out to the west there, out towards Indiana and Illinois, that's the back edge of our system. That's got to come through. And that will likely bring us some late day snow and some evening snow before we put a wrap on the system. I mentioned the temperature is not getting above freezing. Everything that falls is going to stick out there. And this is kind of a fun map. How much snow do we have going forward? So I'm not including what's falling on the ground. Well, in some cases, another 4 to 5 inches.
Look at this shit.
We're just getting started.
Snow
here
forecast right here. All right. Now, I have seen a few different maps that show different, at least in my region. I don't really know much about what's happening up north like this. I have no idea. But down here, we've seen like 2 or 3 different projections of what's going to happen. One is saying 1 inch of snow down where we're at, and another report says 3 or 4 or something like that, which is not going to happen. Realistically, we may see 1 inch or 2.
As far as expected snow totals, and I've already seen plenty of reports of 3 to 4 inches on the ground already this morning. All right, plenty more on our forecast.
Yes, sir.
I'll show you some
BT,
pictures.
we talked about that at the top of the show, my man. Don't you gotta love that when Trump comes, he got elected, everything fucking changed. The projections of shit changed. The world changed. Countries changed. Everything changed. Yes, sir. Brother Dean, good morning, my man. Always good to see you. Hopefully you're having a wonderful morning as well.
Having fun out there.
I know we are.
We'll hand it over to Anime.
One thing I did want to mention too that Tucker was kind of saying, with all that snow accumulation, if you do have a car that's outside and you're not parked under a garage, please
fucking
make sure
9 degrees in Cincinnati. Jesus.
to clean all of that stuff off before you get on the roadway if you do so this morning, because
Brother
in addition
Bob,
to
my
everything
man.
on the road, you really
Good
don't
morning.
have to deal with people that have kind of that spraying snow from off of the top of their car. So just a note on that. 395 southbound in Springfield, we're still looking at that tractor trailer crash before the Beltway. Traffic getting by in the right lane only. You really can't even see it. That's a peek at the conditions.
Wait,
there
40
in
degrees Celsius is like 100 degrees, 104 degrees or whatever. 103. That's hot. He says, damn snow, it's pushing 40 degrees Celsius here. Not sure how that measures for you guys. Yeah, that's fucking hot. It's very weird how that shit works around the, northern and above the equator or below. It's very interesting. That also happened when I went to Brazil. When I went to Brazil, it was July, and I didn't even think of it, but when we got there, it was fucking winter. It was cold as shit. I'm like, what the fuck is happening here? And, but yeah, anyways, it's very interesting how when you're below the equator, everything's backwards. So once I figured that out, I'm like, so you guys celebrate Christmas in like 100-degree weather? That shit's got to suck.
Field on 395 southbound. Moving on, we'll look 395 northbound, disabled vehicle on the bridge span, right lane blocked over there. And
That
of course, when
sucks.
normally we would do these drive times, right now you're definitely, of course, going to be slowing down in general. Not even necessarily a delay because there aren't cars on the road, but just a lower speed throughout the area. That and more, of course, when we've got you with more weather, traffic, everything else. Here on Fox 5, back to you guys.
All right, Annie Mae, thanks very much. All right, let's head out to see Stephanie Ramirez. She's outside the U.S. Capitol this morning, checking out the conditions in D.C. Morning, Steph.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, so first, the snowplow just went through, and you can still see there is enough snow on the roadway to make it difficult if you are
this shit's
driving
gonna
by.
suck
Now,
for
look
people.
at the Capitol building, which looks beautiful.
I was damn close. Huh, Barbie? Wow. It was a very good guess.
Beautiful this morning, but it is also surrounded by anti-scale fencing. A lot of important events going on today, including the certification of the 2024 presidential election. But if you are planning to enjoy the snow day later, that means you're not going to be able to go sledding on the Capitol building, which a lot of people like to do. Otherwise, be aware of the DC emergency snow routes. The city will be towing your vehicle so they can clear that roadway of snow and the weathery conditions. Follow Fox 5 DC. We'll have more updates on what's happening in the district coming up in a bit. I'll send it back into you all.
All right, Stephanie, thank you so much. But if you can enjoy it, it is just beautiful. Let's just say that part, marvel at how gorgeous the snow is here in our region today. But we have you
Shit's
covered.
fucked
You
up.
can stay ahead here with us on Fox 5 as we continue to cover the totals, the road conditions, and more. See you on the other side of the break.
No break for us.
Coverage. If you're just now tuning in, good morning to you. I'm Jeanette Francine, giving you some of the many live looks we are getting this morning out there at the nation's capital, giving you a live look at the White House, and you can see a blanket of snow. Beautiful to see on this
DC
Monday
getting hammered.
morning, but I'm sure those that are having to travel in it might not feel it's the greatest image for them on this Monday. Here's another live look out in the DC area, just so you can see how cars are covered at this hour. You can see in front of the cars and behind the cars. We know that emergency responders and Department of Transportation, they haven't gotten to this area yet.
Look at those fucking cars, dude. You ain't going nowhere, homie. You ain't going nowhere.
To clear it out, which is further reason why those at Fox 5 DC and also officials are telling you if you don't have to be out on the roadways, just
You too,
stay
brother
home.
Beezer.
That way
Appreciate
they
you,
can
my man.
respond to what they consider actual emergencies if they need to get to them. 6:15 is the time. Let's go to our first 2-minute commercial break of the hour.
Nope.
We'll be right back.
No breaks for us. No breaks. Nope. We don't need it. I don't support it.
From Fox 9 News, Francine. As we continue with your top stories and headlines this Monday morning, I want to give you a live look out at the Carter Presidential Center. This as mourners continue to pay their respects to the late president, Jimmy Carter, as he lies in repose at the Carter Presidential Center in Atlanta. You're getting a live look there at this hour. We know the 39th president's body will be taken to Washington, D.C. on Tuesday, where he'll lie in the state at the U.S. Capitol. Fox News' correspondent Jonathan Sears.
I know, VT. It's very weird for us to deal with snow, especially like down here in the South, which we are predicted to get some. It's very rare, very extremely rare. I mean, you'll go like a decade without shit like that, you know?
Reports.
Yeah, for you guys are used to that shit up there in Canada, just nonstop.
Inside the Carter Presidential Center, the atmosphere is reverent.
That's exactly what you don't do. And I know that you said that in total sarcasm. But yes.
Quiet,
that's so funny.
But it's also joyful. After all, this is a celebration of a 100-year-long life that was very well lived. The people visiting the former president's casket include longtime friends, as well as people who never met him, but nevertheless felt touched by his life. And
now, I heard that so look at this. The way this headline is written out: winter weather storms and Jimmy Carter lying in repose. I don't know what that means.
You see.
Walking into that room, I mean, I don't think anything can prepare you for it. It was extremely emotionally charged. I mean, just...
What, do you know him? You part of his family or what?
It just sucks the wind out of you to see that 100 years is finally done, and he probably still felt like he had so much left to do.
The motorcade that brought the former president's casket to Atlanta made a brief stop Saturday outside the Georgia Capitol building, where Mr. Carter served as governor between 1971 and 75 prior to his successful run for president in 1976. But it was here at the Carter Presidential Center where he wished for his body to lie in repose. He was especially proud of the work his international nonprofit organization did to fight disease, monitor elections, and promote peace. One longtime Carter Center advisor recalls how the former president could be very direct despite his humble demeanor.
I remember one time we were in a country and we were writing a public statement, and we literally spent all night parsing every single word because we didn't want to upset anybody. And we had to get everything to President Carter by 5 a.m. because that's when he started working. And so we faxed it over, days of faxing. Really proud of it. He sent it back within minutes saying, "Why so wishy-washy? Tell them what we really think."
On Tuesday, the former president's casket will travel to Washington, D.C., where he will lie in state in the rotunda of the U.S. Capitol ahead of state funeral ceremonies at the Washington National Cathedral Thursday morning.
Yeah, if they're unwilling to do their fucking job, then they should suspend all fucking pay as well. Absolutely.
Later that day,
I agree.
His body will return to his hometown for burial in Plains, Georgia. In Atlanta, Jonathan Seri, Fox News.
Jonathan, thank you so much for that detailed report. And again, giving you a live look again there at the Carter Presidential Center in Atlanta, Georgia. Mourners not there right now. As you can imagine, it is closed to the public since it is only 6:20 in the morning here on the East Coast. But of course, throughout the day, once we see people flocking in to pay their respects, we will continue to show you this live look. Our local team and Fox 5 Atlanta, they continue their team coverage to show us what we can expect as we are looking ahead to events that will continue throughout the week. Take a listen.
Take a listen to silence. Hit that like button, you guys. Appreciate all of you.
South Atlanta Road cleared over to the right shoulder.
Man, I could give two fucks about none of that. There we go.
He just cared about everybody. He didn't care who you were or where you came from. And he made such a difference, not just here, but in the whole entire world.
bringing people to tears, remembrances of the late.
Why was that lady being overtalked by someone else at the same time?
President Jimmy Carter. Today, his body continues to lie in repose at the Carter Center after a somber weekend of ceremonies.
Well, good day. Buck Lanford is leading our team coverage this morning from the Carter Center, where more mourners are expected there today. Buck, good morning.
Ron and Paul, good morning to you. And today is the final day of the final full day, rather, that Mr. Carter's body will lie in repose here at the Carter Center. Guards have kept watch over his casket all night long, and they're going to continue to do so until tomorrow morning when his body will leave for Washington, D.C. Now, the guards, they escorted his body inside the center on Saturday afternoon after his
Good on you,
motorcade
Pablo.
arrived in
God
Atlanta
bless
from
you.
planes. It stopped at the state capitol for a ceremony with state and local leaders. And standing by with more on how Georgia's favorite son is being remembered, we go now to Good Day's Mark Tigner, who's also here this morning at the Carter Center. Mark?
That's right, Buck.
Hey, it sounds like the typical fuck. You know, you got, what is this? He's reporting out of the ATL. You got fucking police sirens in the background. Yeah, that's not fucking abnormal, is it?
No, and the public is invited to come out and pay their respects until 6 o'clock tomorrow morning here at the Carter Center. We talked with one family that brought 3 generations to do just that.
It's like when they were in Atlanta, they were neighbors.
Bonnie Wolf and her son Whitney used to live almost next door to the Carter Center and would see the Carters often, sometimes around the corner at
Carter
Manuel's
Center?
Tavern.
He was just as a humble guy.
Wait, there's a place called Carter Center? Are you serious?
And funny.
Whitney gladly waited in line with his mom and sons to pay their respects to his former neighbor.
I felt like even if it were an hour or 2 hours wait, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Luckily for them, the wait wasn't nearly that long. Sunday evening, mourners say they were in and out in about 20 minutes.
But the line moves quickly. So I do
Well,
encourage
yeah,
people
what are
to
they going
come.
to do? Fucking, you guys are going to see someone that you've probably never seen in person ever, never met the person while they're alive. Now you're going to go see their body. Like, I mean, I understand, but like, the truth is, it's like, to me, that's a lot of, like, I don't think people actually care like that. I think that's all for show, you know, like, oh, let's go check this out. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's kind of like, oh, I got to mourn this. I got to be there and, you know, participate in it. You know, I don't know. I find a lot of bullshit in it. Like, if you're family, friends, and all of that shit, like, I get it. I get that. Absolutely. You knew the guy.
Brothers Jack and Siler were most impressed by the soldiers guarding President Carter's body.
They're like standing perfectly still. They were like just statues.
Well, that's their
A
job.
couple of things you need to know if you do plan on coming out. First of all, no bags, including purses, are allowed.
Why are they doing that, Martin? That's interesting.
Will be confiscated and not returned. Same thing for umbrellas, which could be an issue at least until the
Exactly,
rain clears
Dwayne.
out. As far as parking, there really isn't any here at the Carter Center, so you're going to have to probably ride a shuttle bus. It's free. That'll take you from the King Center MARTA station over here, but no parking there either, so you likely have to ride MARTA to that particular location. And finally, the folks at the Carter Center are urging everyone to bundle up because once this rain finally moves out, as Joanne mentioned, it's going to get cold, and if you have to wait in line, they want to make sure that you are ready.
Man, I haven't seen a ghetto bird since I moved here to Alabama. Shit, that used to be nonstop, 24/7 above the fucking, in the sky. Every day, every night. Shit, yeah, we are always having ghetto birds. Now I haven't seen one. Now that I think about it, I haven't even seen one since I moved here. That's
to be
crazy.
able to do just that. We're going to stay on top of the story throughout the morning, but for now, Buck, back to you on the other side of the Carter Center.
All right, Mark, thank you for that. And this wind is only going to pick up, so be prepared for that. It's going to be a chilly day ahead. Well, after 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, there will be a departure ceremony from the Carter Center. The motorcade will make its way to Dobbins Air Reserve Base to depart for Washington, D.C. After a procession to the U.S. Capitol, Mr. Carter will lie in state inside the Rotunda area, and that continues through
She's certifying
Thursday
it
morning,
right now,
when
Pablo?
funeral
Let me look.
services will be held in Washington,
I'll look it up.
D.C., and then in Plains for the funeral service in D.C. at the Washington National Cathedral. All 5 living U.S. presidents are expected to be there in attendance. President Biden is set to lead the tributes. He revealed last year that Mr. Carter had asked him to give a eulogy. Also expect.
One thing real quick. One thing I've got in my headset right now.
Strength and diversity.
I don't know why it's so terrible idea or terrible audio. I have no idea why, but it just is. This is the Prime Minister of Canada right now speaking, Trudeau, saying he will resign Parliament prorogued until March 24th.
Is not offering that. And I look forward to the fight as progressives across this country stand up for the kind of.
Is there another live that's
that
better?
Canadians have always.
Yeah, I want to see if there's another live stream of this. Okay.
It is the driving force of every single day I have the privilege of serving in this office. That is why, since 2015,
the audio is really weird.
I've fought for this country, for you, to strengthen and grow the middle.
I hear a lot of movement in my right ear and the voice in the left ear. That's so weird.
Class. Why we rallied to support each other through the pandemic, to advance reconciliation.
Fix the fucking audio.
To defend free trade on this continent, to stand strong with Ukraine and our democracy.
Man,
to fight
fuck
climate
Ukraine.
change and get our economy ready for the future. We are at a critical moment in the world.
What's up, Emerald, by the way? I see you in
Mes
here.
chers Canadiens,
CBC. Let me look.
je me suis réveillé en tant que Premier ministre, inspiré.
Here he goes
par
in
la
French, right?
résilience,
Or was he doing
la
French?
générosité et la détermination qui nous caractérisent si bien en tant que Canadiens. C'est ce qui me motive à chaque jour où j'ai le privilège de servir dans ce poste.
Okay, I see it right here.
C'est pourquoi, depuis 2015, je me suis battu pour ce pays, pour
But
vous,
not of him speaking.
pour renforcer la classe moyenne. Pourquoi nous nous sommes mobilisés en tant que Canadiens pour se soutenir les uns les autres
Found something better.
pendant la pandémie.
Okay, so we're only a minute 20 in this, and I just cannot stand when they cannot get the fucking audio correct. I mean, it's like, dude, I'm a little streamer here. And how come you can hear me perfectly? But when it comes to the mainstream media, these motherfuckers can't get their shit together. It's unreal. Anyways, let's go ahead and bring it over into this. Go right here.
Over the holidays, I've also had a chance to reflect and have had long talks with my family about our future. Throughout the course of my career, any success I have personally achieved has been because of their support and with their encouragement. So last night over dinner, I told my kids about the decision that I'm sharing with you today.
Thank God.
I intend to resign.
Thank you.
As party leader.
Yes.
As prime minister.
Yes. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Minister.
Piece of
After
shit.
the party selects its
See
next
ya.
leader through a robust, nationwide, competitive process. Last night, I asked the president of the Liberal Party to begin that process.
Exactly, Mr.
This
Mister.
country deserves
Hypocrisy
a
at its
real
best.
choice in the next election, and it has become clear to me that if I'm having to fight internal battles,
Absolutely, Brother Warland. Be
I
safe.
cannot be the best option in that election. Mes chers amis,
My dear
comme vous
friends,
savez, je suis un
as
fighter.
you know, I'm a
Dans
fighter.
mon fort intérieur, je me suis toujours
Inside,
battu
I've
parce que
always
je me
fought
soucie
because I
profondément des
care
Canadiens.
deeply about Canadians.
Toujours
And
motivé
I will
parce qu'il est
always
dans le
be
meilleur
motivated
intérêt
by
des
their
Canadiens.
best interest.
Et le fait est,
Oh
And-
shit, makes sense. That's crazy. I didn't know that his old lady left him last year, but that's, I mean, shit. Makes sense.
The fact is
malgré tous les efforts
that
déployés
even
pour
with
passer
all
à
the
travers,
efforts to get
le
through it,
Parlement est paralysé.
the
What's up,
Parliament
Diggs? Good to
has
see
been
you over there on
paralyzed
Twitch.
for months
Été la plus longue
after
We're over here on the in you know, the YouTube side, by the way. Come check us out on YouTube, by the way, where you can join in on the entire conversation with all these people. Insane Wheels on YouTube, just like it sounds. One word, Insane Wheels. And appreciate you over there on Twitch, Diggs. Absolutely. All right, back to this.
what has been the longest minority session in the history of our country, which is
Be
why
good,
this
Tats. We'll see you on the
morning
flip side.
I met
Appreciate
with
you
the
always.
General to let her know that we needed a new parliamentary session, and she acquiesced to my request, and The House will be prorogued until March 24th.
Prorogued.
During the holidays, I also had the opportunity to think and to have long conversations with my family as to our future. Throughout my career, all these successes that I've had personally is due to their support and their encouragement. So last night during dinner, I shared with my children
Gunpowder
the
Nitro up in
decision
here.
that I'm
Appreciate
sharing
you.
with you all today. I intend to resign from my position as leader of the Liberal Party and Prime Minister once the party has chosen its next leader after a national, robust, rigorous, and a competitive process. Last night, I asked the president of the party to start that process.
Oh, shit.
The country deserves a clear and real choice during the next elections.
Wow, 40 cents? I thought the conversion rate was very similar to Australia, which I believe I thought it was 70 cents per dollar. That's what I thought, that both of them, Australia and Canada, were at 70 cents per American dollar. That's crazy. 40 fucking cents? No way.
Obvious for me that if I have to focus on internal battles, I cannot be the best option during those elections. The Liberal Party of Canada
So it's 69
is
cents?
an important
Wild.
institution in the history of our great country and in our democracy. A new prime minister and leader of the party will carry the values and ideas of the Liberal Party in the next elections. I'm looking forward.
That's a very, very good question, by the way. And I don't know the answer to that. Someone that in the chat's going to have to answer this. Who steps up to the prime minister's seat when he steps down? Anyone know how that works? That's a very good question. Thank you for that.
To watching that process in the following months.
Oh, yeah.
We
Oh, yeah,
were
Mr.
elected
Mr.
for
I believe
the
it.
third time in 2021 to reinforce the economy after the pandemic and progress the interests of Canada in a complex world. And that's exactly what I will continue.
Are you serious? Okay, Biker News Canada answers saying the next step is to elect a new party leader for the Liberal Party. They still have power, and then after that, they will call a general election. Got you.
Continue to do what we will continue to do for Canadians.
Wow, that's crazy, Evil Rick.
Canada
Wow.
is an important institution in the history of our great country and democracy. A new prime minister and leader of the Liberal Party will carry its values and ideals into that next election. I'm excited to see the process unfold in the months ahead. We were elected for the third time in 2021 to strengthen the economy post-pandemic and advance Canada's interests in a complicated world. And that is exactly the job that I and we will continue to do for Canadians.
Stop the cap.
Merci beaucoup, mes amis.
Stupid ass.
Thank you,
Thank you
Prime
very much,
Minister.
my
And I'll
friends.
go to questions, starting with Laurence Martin, Radio-Canada.
Bonjour, Monsieur Trudeau.
Laurence Martin,
Vous
Radio-Canada.
vouliez
Hello,
le faire,
Mr.
ce
Trudeau.
combat
You
contre
wanted
Pierre
to
Poilievre,
have
des
this
batailles
fight against
interminables
Pierre
dans votre
Poilievre.
parti depuis
Internal
plusieurs
fights, we've had them in
That makes a lot of
for months.
sense.
Why are you deciding to abdicate now? What made you change your mind?
Because you're getting forced by your own fucking party, guaranteed.
As you know, I'm not someone who backs down very easily in a fight, especially such an important fight for our party and for our country. But I do this job because the interest of Canadians and the well-being of our country and our democracy
Take back your country, Barbie. Exactly.
is
You
important.
guys know who's coming in.
And it's become clear that I cannot be the leader in the next elections because of internal battles.
That's facts, Mr. Mister. Absolutely true.
Fighter. And I am not someone who backs away from a fight, particularly
Anybody
when a
that
fight
belittles that obviously doesn't understand how this shit works.
is as important as this one is.
Yeah,
But I have always
it's so
been
funny,
driven
Steve.
by my
Yes.
love for Canada by my desire to serve Canadians and by what is in the best
You are not someone that loves or thinks of the best of Canada. You think the best of yourself, motherfucker.
interest of Canadians. And Canadians deserve a real choice in the next election. And it has become obvious to me with the internal battles.
I like the way that he is right now. He's totally like that demeanor of like you know, tucked tail between the legs type of shit, you know, trying to gain some sort of sympathy and empathy here.
I cannot be
I'm
the
relating
one to
you
carry
guys.
the Liberal standard into the next
Relate
election.
to all of you.
Vous êtes au pouvoir depuis près de
You've
10
been
ans.
in power
Le
for
Canada
more
a
than 10
changé avec
years,
votre gouvernement.
almost 10 years. Canada has changed under your government. If there is one thing that you did that you're very proud of, I know there's many, but maybe one and maybe a regret as well. Answer. In 2015, we were elected on a promise of working for the middle class in this country, and that's what we were able to do. We've reduced poverty. We've helped families enormously. We created an economy that works for many more people and preparing for a future that is more digital and where climate change will have a greater impact.
You still listen to cassette tapes? I gotta school you on that shit too. I mean that's funny. That's funny. I mean, I don't know anybody that still listens to cassettes. And I'm talking like boomers and shit. They don't even do that shit. But hey, that's dope.
Huge amounts of work with Canadians, and Canada is better because of the work that we've all done over the past few years. A regret, I continue thinking that if our electoral system had been changed so that people can put a first, second, and third choice on their ticket.
Because they still bow down to the British crown, homie. That's why
Parties
it's so
would
different.
spend more time looking at what they have in common to be second or third choice rather than seeing polarization. But I could not unilaterally change our
Are you serious,
voting
Barbie? That's fucking crazy. I didn't know people would still listen to cassette tapes.
method in this country.
Me too, Dwayne.
We got elected in 2015
And I had
to
a
fight
lot.
for the middle class. And that's exactly what we've done over the past years. We reduced their taxes. We increased the benefits to families.
Stop the cap. Stupid.
Families.
Liar.
We made sure the economy was focused on working for everyone,
Liar.
and not just a few.
Liar.
And that has changed. That has dropped poverty rates in Canada. That has brought more people into the workforce. That has moved us forward on reconciliation in a way that has deeply improved the opportunities and success of Canadians, despite the incredibly difficult times the world is going through right now.
That part is true.
There's lots more work to be done, and I know that this party and this country and Canadians will keep doing it. If I have one regret, particularly as we approach this election, well, there are probably many regrets that I will think of, but I
Interesting.
do wish that we'd been able to change the way we elect our governments in this country so that people could simply choose a second choice or a third choice on the same ballot, so that parties would spend more time trying to be people's second or third choices.
Wait, don't you guys have like a 3-party or 4-party system or whatever up there in Canada? I can't remember how many parties it is.
And people would have been looking for things they have in common instead of trying to polarize and divide Canadians against each other. I think in this time, figuring out how to pull together and find common ground remains something that is really important for democracies. But I could not change unilaterally without support of other parties.
I still got fuck tons of vinyl. That's what I got. I got lots of vinyl. But when it comes down to, you know, cassettes and shit, man, no way.
Our electoral system, that wouldn't have been responsible.
Prochaine question. Tonda McCharles, Toronto Star. Prime Minister, up until 3 weeks ago, you were intending to stay, and it seems that the event 3 weeks ago of Ms. Freeland coming out and saying you were firing her as your finance minister was the catalyst that brought us here today. So can you explain your side of what happened there?
Chrystia has been by my side for close to 10 years now. She has been an incredible...
His own party's forcing him to do this shit, just like what happened to Biden, essentially. It's almost copycat of what happened to Biden.
Political partner through just about everything we have done as a government and as a party over the past decade. I had really hoped that she would agree to continue as my deputy prime minister and take on one of the most important files that not just this government, but this country is facing.
This dude.
But she chose otherwise. In regards to what actually happened, I am not someone who's in the habit of sharing private conversations.
Chrystia has been for almost 10 years now by my side as a political partner who's been essential in everything we've achieved as a government and as a party. I really would have liked had she chosen to continue as my vice prime minister and had she taken one of the most significant files that Canadians and our government will face in the future from before the elections, but she didn't want to. But in terms of the details, I'm not somebody who shares the details of private conversations.
Spoke about the Liberal Party as an institution and the internal battles right now, but I'm wondering if you feel that another leader will have more success than you will at beating Pierre Poilievre in the next campaign.
Pierre Poilievre's vision for this country.
Oh boy, here we go. We're going to hear Pierre, right? About Pierre?
Is not the right one for Canadians.
Stop the cap, stupid.
Stopping the fight against climate change doesn't...
Stupid. Emotional damage.
Stupid ass.
Doesn't make sense.
Stupid ass.
Backing off on the values and strength and diversity that Canada has always
up with this nonsense
together on is not the right path for the country.
You're an idiot.
Attacking journalists, the CBC institutions, that's not what Canadians need in this moment. We need an ambitious, optimistic view of the future, and Pierre Poilievre is not offering that. And I look forward to the fight.
Honestly, why did anybody listen to this idiot? Listen to what he's saying right now. Guy's so obtuse right now, it's unreal.
As progressives across this country stand up for the kind of vision for a better country that Canadians have always...
Oh yeah, let's not focus on fucking what's actually fucking happening around the world and what is actually, a problem. Let's talk about you guys and your involvement with Russia, Ukraine. Let's go ahead and talk about it. How about all the shit that's happening around the world, all these fucking wars, how about your own domestic terrorists? But yet, climate change. You got to worry about climate change. He's not the right person for us. Not correct for our country of Canada and Canadians all around. This guy's a fucking moron. Yeah, incoming liberal prattle. Exactly, 100%.
Carried, despite the tremendous pressures around the world to think smaller, to veer towards the hard right, and to be less ambitious.
And then you have those idiots that will still listen and take what they're saying as gospel, like it's real. It's not fucking real. Just like exactly what Steve just said right here. Just like Biden and Kamala said our fucking economy was strong and inflation wasn't real. Yeah, that was the biggest cap I had ever seen in my entire fucking life. Our economy is the best it's ever been. Shut the fuck up. Meanwhile, people can't even pay their rent, Yeah, no, I don't want to hear that shit. Liars.
For what we can be and do as a country when the world really needs Canada.
not an answer, though. Yes or no? Is there another
Oh,
leader that could beat him?
that's not an answer though. Shit.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
It's Canada.
That's not an answer, though. Yes or no? Is there another leader that could beat him?
Absolutely.
Sur le leader?
Oui.
Est-ce que vous
Pierre Poilievre.
en français, s'il vous plaît? Merci.
Pierre
In French,
Poilievre a
please.
une vision
Pierre Poilievre
profondément
has a profoundly small vision and erroneous for this country. If we were even to accept he has a vision, to go back on fundamental rights and stop the defense or the fight against climate change, or to not invest in a greener economy or more inclusive economy, always looking for division between Canadians.
Nah, Martin, you definitely are not. Don't worry about that shit. But yeah, this dude is full of fucking shit.
Rather than bringing people together to face the future with optimism and ambitious, it's not the right choice for Canadians. And I look
Yes, Stephanie, 100,000%. You just said it right there. Absolutely. W comment.
look forward to continue to be part of a progressive movement that will look for a brighter future for Canadians based on optimism
I don't know
and
if you can be
the work that Canadians have always done to build a better world. Hello, Mr. Trudeau. 16 years ago, in December 2008, Stephen Harper broke Parliament to avoid a no-confidence vote that he knew he was going to lose because the three opposition parties were
getting
going
pressed.
to vote against him. Exactly like the situation in which you find yourself today. At the time, Stéphane Dion had said, and I quote, that this was against the Constitution and affront to democracy. So I'd like to know why what was bad for conservatives of Stephen Harper should be good for the Liberals of Justin Trudeau. The Governor General in 2008 had correctly concluded that the House had just given their confidence
That's right, Mr. You know the deal.
To the Harper government, regardless of a signed letter, which was a political document.
You could argue that. You could argue that. I know where, I mean, because what are conservatives actually conserving, right?
The voice of the House counts. Therefore, before
now we're just trying to conserve our fucking country.
Stopping work at the House before the holidays, we had 3 no confidence votes, 3 confidence votes. And we will have to retest
That's true, Barbie.
the confidence of the House in March to get through the necessary budget elements to make the government work.
In 2008, the Governor General correctly concluded
See,
that
why do they like just he randomly goes from speaking fucking French and speaking with someone else that is speaking French, and then in the middle of his monologue or what he's answering, he starts speaking in English. Why do that?
because the very last times in the previous weeks that the confidence of the House had been tested, it had passed that confidence test. Stephen Harper continued to have the confidence of the House, and it actually would bear out because
motherfucking war gorilla up in the building. Shout out to my man out here. Appreciate you.
Back from the prorogation.
Good morning.
Stephen Harper won a confidence vote once again.
Yes, Spanglish.
So a political document or political speeches doesn't carry the kind of weight that winning a confidence vote means. But this prorogation will take us only into March. And there will be confidence votes in March in the passing of supply that will allow Parliament to weigh in on confidence in a way that is entirely in keeping with all the principles of democracy and the workings of our strong institutions.
With respect, Mr. Trudeau, isn't there something anti-democratic of suspending the possibility of Parliament of expressing its no confidence? The time it takes for your party to find its savior, shouldn't it just refer to the electors, the voters, and trigger an election? Hélène, you've very clearly seen, like everybody in the parliamentary press, the extent to which Parliament hasn't been working
this shit's wild
for the past few months.
This is the last fucking answer that I'm listening to from this fucking tard.
Stuck in this question of privilege. There are obstruction motions constantly, and we've accomplished very little during the past few months in Parliament. Now, Parliament needs a reset. It needs to calm itself down, to get back to work for Canadians and not doing little politics constantly, which is what we're seeing from the Conservatives.
Little politics? What does that even fucking mean?
So this reset has two elements to it. First, a prorogation, so that we can start anew.
That's crazy, Martin. It's terrible.
A fresh approach to Parliament. And yes, the Liberal Party will go through.
Yep, that's a very good question right there, because it seems like everyone up there just said, fuck it, he's the prime minister. He is what it is. You know, they didn't like fucking press. I didn't see no pressing shit until now. You know what I mean? So that is a good observation. Papa Penguin says, has the Canadian press been raking him over the coals, or did they just wait until he resigned to start asking questions? Fucking good question right there, Papa.
A leadership race. Because I expect that if I don't lead the party during the next elections, the polarization that we're currently seeing in Parliament should also calm down. So Canadians need a Parliament that works, particularly in this complex times, and these two elements will represent the reset that's necessary for Parliament. Can you do this in English? But tell me why not an election as well?
No. I'll hear that. Why not an election?
Press gallery, to anyone who's been watching politics closely over the past months.
Oh, VT, yeah, you guys are 1,000% controlled up there with your media, especially when they put your shit behind a fucking paywall for the mainstream media. Like, that shit is fucking crazy. You're only allowed to get free from the government what their media, which is fucking insane. And to me, I mean, I look at that shit as tyranny. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? How can you go ahead and control so fucking much, especially when it comes down to media? You can't you shouldn't be able to control that, but they do. And that shit is fucking crazy. It's crazy over there.
We'll know that Parliament has been
crazy here too, but we're talking about Canada right
now. Obstruction.
Yes, Steve.
And filibustering and a total lack of productivity over the past few months. We are right now the longest serving minority government in history.
Dog catcher.
And it's time for a reset. It's time for the temperature.
Stephanie, I think it got blocked because I don't see any other. I'm scrolling. I don't see anything. Nope.
To come down.
YouTube must have not liked it.
To have a fresh start in Parliament, to be able to navigate through these complex times, both domestically and internationally. And the reset that we have is actually two parts. One is the prorogation, but the other part is recognizing that removing me from the equation as the leader who will fight the next election for the Liberal Party should also decrease the level of polarization that we're seeing right now.
Yeah, because you're a fucking radical lunatic liberal. What do you expect? Look at you, take their fucking guns, you give them a little weed, but you take everybody's fucking guns and shit. What do you expect, man?
in Canadian politics and allow people to actually focus on serving Canadians in this House and with their work the way Canadians deserve.
On va prendre une dernière question.
One last question.
Good morning, Prime Minister Stephanie Taylor with the National Post. Given, as you just said, there's going to be confidence votes in March, opposition parties have said they are prepared to bring down your government. What kind of chances do you think you are leaving to your successor, given that there will...
Yeah, our Second Amendment has zero to do with hunting at all. Has all to do to protect yourself against a tyrannical government. Let's see. Biker News Canada says, Mike, our guns have been off the table way before he came along, which is true. I don't know why you guys are thinking the gun laws are new. There has been no handguns in Canada for decades. Yeah, but we're not talking about only handguns. We know that you guys have a weird thing with handguns. I don't even know why. I don't get it. But yet they still, even after they have, you guys have zero right. You guys have had zero right for a long time. And then the little bit that you did fucking have still, they banned all that shit. So what are you talking about? They're just enhancing their fucked up laws. They're just making it worse and worse for you guys. And you guys can't have shit. I'm talking long rifles and shit like that. Shotguns or whatever they limited your guys' shit to. But they're adding on to already a super controlled environment. I don't understand why they're doing that. Anyways. I very much appreciate every single one of you guys for hanging out with us on this beautiful morning. And I can't thank enough for the Canadians that are in here right now that gave their 2 cents and their knowledge in, the parliament and how this works over here, because I don't know everything. I have no idea how the shit works over there in the aspect of their voting and the way that people come in parliament and their prime minister. For me, that's a little bit some stuff that I really haven't dove deep on to figure out. But I very much appreciate you guys in the comment section and hanging out with us, because listen, you guys could have been anywhere else in the world, but you guys decided to be here with me. I very much appreciate you guys. Let's see. We got you guys in the chat. My gun laws state firearms are for hunting or recreational, not for protection. Wow, that's fucking weird. That is very weird. That's so it's only for hunting and you have no right to self-defense, essentially. That's fucking crazy to me. You can't carry hunting guns, which is crazy as well. I don't understand that thinking process. You guys, same thing with Australia, has a very interesting mindset about, especially with handguns. Anyways, I cannot thank each and every single one of you guys enough. Hang around for a minute, because guess what? We're going to be rating our boy over there, Chaotic Truth, because no one else is live. All right. We'll go ahead and show Chaotic Truth some love over there. Just let them know that we're coming in hot with a raid. And we'll see you guys on over there. And until tomorrow morning, we'll see you guys for tomorrow morning. Same bad times, same bad channel. All this bullshit is right here. And 10 a.m. CST every single morning. I can't thank you guys enough for everything. We will see you guys tomorrow, and we'll get crazy with it. Much love, honor, respect, and God bless.
From the depths of darkness.